So today we got an update story, family. And rarely on my channel do I do these update stories, although I got to start doing them more to keep the family in the loop as to just what's going on when I put out these particular stories. So today we got an update story regarding that racist white supremacist John Spanos, owner of the Paddock restaurant in York, PA. He's now got out here and issued a so-called apology. And he got the York NAACP, the Black Ministers Association York, and some kind of racism coalition in York, PA, to come out here and co-sign endorsing, asking for forgiveness and why we should bring them back into the loop, this, that, and the other. And I ain't into that forgiveness and turn the other cheek nonsense. You know that John Spanos ain't nothing more than a white supremacist who said how he felt and he meant it, and he ain't sorry. The only thing he's sorry is that he got caught and it was recorded, and that his pockets is now hurting because his business ain't been opened up in a couple days. So he's feeling the effects of that, losing that cash flow. And I love it, because I know that only thing that hurts a white supremacist is when you hit them in the wallets. The only thing they respect, truth be told, is money and power. So this John Spanos ain't sorry, and the black people that came out there and co-signed him and endorsed him, like the NAACP, this Black Ministers Association, along with this racism coalition, they ain't nothing but sellout Negroes, family. Used to sell us out and to put us in compromising positions. They in the pockets of the dominant white society, and this John Spanos has now resigned from Penn State York. He resigned, and this is very telling because Penn State York is very punctified and cowardice too, if you ask me, because they didn't even have the decency to fire this John Spanos. So in that way, they looked out and pampered him and coddled him, like the system of racism, white supremacy does, looks after and takes care of its own. So I got the audio and the video of this John Spanos so-called apology, and we're going to walk through and talk about it how we normally do. But I say we don't let up off the black boycott. I say for no black person to ever support John Spanos or anything he's behind. But let's get on with the video, family, and do how we normally do. Fair use.
Good morning. Thank you for attending this morning. My name is Jonathan Spanos. I am the individual who was recorded using racist language in a recently released video. A small group of pastors and leaders reached out to challenge and correct me. I am grateful for the willingness of the heads of the Black Ministers Association, the NAACP, and the Confronting Racism Coalition to meet with me.
See, all of those organizations he just named, family, the Racism Coalition, the NAACP, the Black Ministers Association, all these groups of people will sit down at the table and compromise. They don't know about standing their ground and not giving no one an inch, because I don't want to give nobody no leeway when they do something disrespectful to the black community. We got to make sure we stand on business, that we're bold and powerful in our stance. We don't give them no leeway. And all these groups have been used historically on up until this point to undermine our people, and I don't rock with that. But let's continue.
The video captured a heated family confrontation in which I intentionally used the most ugly language known to me to lash out in anger. I repeatedly used the N-word to inflict pain on another person and sarcastically stated that I was a racist.
Ain't no sarcastically about it, John. You said absolutely how you felt. You're only sorry is that you got caught and it was recorded and that your business is now suffering for it because you're a stone cold white supremacist, John. Your religion and God is white supremacy. That's the only thing you serve. But let's continue. Now I'm going to pull up, family, where the NAACP got up there and spoke. Here we go.
I am the incoming president for the York County
Fair use.
of the NAACP 2994. The NAACP is one of the oldest civil rights organizations in our country and this county.
They was only able to get that though because truth be told, they never really served the black community. But let's continue.
We have been here before, and we're not going to stand by idly, and we're not going back in time. The emotional trauma this video ignites for African Americans is deplorable. The use of the term was offensive, but it perpetuates a systemic system in our community that needs to be addressed. Our mission remains steadfast to protect the civil rights and dignity of our Black, brown, and marginalized communities, and to foster environments
Ah,
where all
black, brown, and marginalized communities. See, family, I told y'all the NAACP is about the needs of everyone. While we don't want no one to get marginalized and suppressed, we need better black representation. Um, Latinos already got their organization. Black people really don't have nothing that's really standing tooth and nails and fighting for our community because this NAACP has been compromised years ago. In fact, it was started by white people, so it was never really about the needs of the black community, period, and solely our needs. So I don't rock with the NAACP, nor do I rock with, you know, the sellouts in the black church. Everybody in the black church not no sellout, but um, they had a black pastor on behalf of the Black Ministers Association come out. I'm not going to play that part of the video. He spoke as to why we should forgive this John Spanos. He learned his lesson, this, that, or the other. Although what he said was wrong and out of pocket. But see, with the black church folk, a lot of them, and the NAACP, of course, all they know family is compromise. And people know they can do stuff wrong to the black collective, the black community, then run up behind the NAACP or black church folks and garner their forgiveness, and they get out there on that holding hands, turn the other cheek nonsense and, co-sign them and endorse them and, give them a pass. And I ain't with all of that. See, I liken this to when our young brothers and sisters is unjustly cut down in the streets by no good race soldiers, Ku Klux Klan members with a badge, and then the parents gets up at the press conference and asks us to forgive these race soldiers. I don't rock with that forgiveness kick. When somebody does something to my people, I stand in opposition to that, and I don't never let up. I don't forgive them, because that forgiveness kick has gotten us nowhere, and the NAACP, along with the Black Church, truth be told, has gotten us nowhere. And our good brother, Minister Louis Farrakhan, although I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam, this puts me in mind of something he says. He said that they set up the black church, and who gave you the black pastor? The white man gave you the black pastor. And I'm in agreement with that and I'm in alignment with that. Although I ain't a member of the Nation of Islam, I just rock with some of our brothers' teachings, Minister Louis Farrakhan, because he drops a lot of jewels and knowledge. And he was certainly right in that regard because these groups have been historically used to undermine our people. And although I don't serve any religion or God, my only religion that I serve and my God is black empowerment. I'm fully for black empowerment, foundational black American empowerment and advancement. And I ain't with nothing that, dilutes that or compromises that, and these groups like the NAACP, the black pastors and this racism coalition, they got out here and just co-signed this white supremacist. And this white supremacist ain't sorry. He only sorry in all actuality that he got caught. And I say that we don't let our foot up off the gas pedal as the black collective. Nobody black should ever support this John Spanos. But in closing, the days of compromise and turn the other cheek are over. Black people done compromised enough. It's time we be bold and powerful in our stance. Just my thoughts on the matter, but ain't no letting up off the gas pedal. John Spanos is a stone cold white supremacist, and he needs to be treated as such. Peace.